What up Reddit, this is Kendrick Lamar, you know the drill by now probably, unless you're starting on episode 6 for some reason. This is one cool, random, fun, awesome tech for every character in Smash Ultimate Part 6. The only real rule is that it can't be something super obvious, like did you know Link can reverse his up B and kidnap you off the ledge or something? This episode we're gonna cover these 10 guys. The next part will be the first one where I go into 2 separate tiers at a time. So it's gonna be these 11 characters. Make sure to subscribe if you want to make sure you don't miss the rest of the series, or if you think I'm a cool guy. And also I want to make sure I have really awesome picks for everyone. So if you know a really cool tech for any of these guys, please let me know in the comments if you want to be featured. I'll check it out. Also apologies for the nasally booger voice, you know, New Year's Eve got me acting unwise, so you know, apologies for that. But yeah, we can start off now with the character I'm gonna blame if this video flops, because barely anyone plays them. So you're probably not watching this video for Duck Hunt tech, I'm sorry, but I'll promise you this is cool. It might even make you want to pick him up. Not me though, but maybe it'll work for you. This is Shield Can. It's a fun defensive technique you can do as Duck Hunt if you feel like you're being forced into your shield a lot. If someone's being really good at rushing you down, which is not something Duck Hunt wants, here's something you can do to continue being campy in peace. Shield Can involves using Can and sitting in front of it, and now everything that touches your shield will cause it to blow up, and you can kill or get things off it because this is Can, and Can is an amazing move. And then also Duck Hunt doesn't have the best out of shield games, so you know, Can is really good for this. There is a counterplay to it though. If a super well-spaced disjoint hits your shield, there's no guarantee it'll blow up, and grabs followed by instant throws will make your opponent invincible for the duration of their throw animation. So it's not a perfect strategy if they know about this tech, but it definitely works more often than it doesn't if you're confident your opponent is being reckless around your shield. I found this from Staya, who made a cool video about it on his YouTube channel, and I got a little more info on the Duck Hunt Discord, so go check them out if you want to know more about cool follow-ups and other fun stuff. For Ridley, we have a recovery mix-up tech. If you set yourself up like this against the ledge and up B towards a wall while being a little bit less than half of the distance that he travels with his up B away, does that sentence make sense? Sorry. If you're close-ish to a wall and you up B into it, you bounce. And if you're a Ridley player, you probably know this already, but there's some cool applications for it. With the wall bounce, you can find creative, offensive, or greedy ways to challenge people at the ledge. It can be a fun way to try and avoid getting punished for re-grabbing the ledge, which doesn't give you invincibility. And this also opens you up to another Ridley tech called the Rid Skid, where you can slide into the stage with up B, which is also fun. If you up B backwards, you can go for a back air, and it's pretty fun. It lets you get really creative with Ridley at ledge. Just don't get punished for it. You're still a big hurt box close-ish to the ledge, though I don't know, I'm imagining this going wrong if you're fighting a character who has a really big disjoint. That can make it a lot easier for you to get punished, but you know, you can still do it, it's fun. Kalos is a super fun stage to try this out on. You can space it to wall bounce into the platforms, and since it has walls, it allows you to mess around with the movement even more. You can also get into the platforms in Northern Cave, that's cool. My first thought when I saw this is, alright, that could help a lot for Ridleys that get their up Bs countered a lot. As a scrub who loves spamming counters for the edgeguard, I would not at all try to counter this here. It makes your recovery a lot more flexible, and that is really cool. Thanks to Zeta5 for showcasing this awesome tech on their YouTube channel. Go check it out, link in description. This tech is really cool and really is a really fun character. Cool, let's move on. Alright, Wii Fit's tech is a little weird because I couldn't find anything, so I ended up watching this video by Xavier, Javier, one of these 3, called This is what 1000 hours of Wii Fit looks like, and I saw him do this. So I don't know if this tech has a name. I know there's a bunch of ways you can cancel side B, and in this video he cancels the ball throw by snapping to ledge, and when he does this it falls straight down, and if this goes right you can get a stage spike, you can combo the ball into a down air or the down air into the ball, or if you want to just do it to throw the ball down to cover people far below you, then you can do that too. So it's a cool edge guard setup. If you do nothing then it goes straight down, yeah, but you can also hit it with an aerial and it'll go wherever you send it. That's really cool. And if you want a ledge trump, then you can also just get a ledge trump. It's such a fun way to cover a bunch of recoveries. The way I saw Xavier set up for this is he ran off and B reversed his neutral B and then jumps and side Bs facing into the stage, and it naturally sends Wii Fit high enough to snap the ledge for the ledge trump, and it causes the ball to fall straight down unless it's interrupted by anything, you know, like one of Wii Fit's moves or it hits one of your opponents. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. For Banjo and Kazooie, we have the Nade Glide. Like Ridley, this is another recovery tech, but this time it involves Z catching your down B here, and you'll gain a little less height than you you normally would with your double jump, but doing this lets you recover like usual, except you have one of the eggs in your hand and you can throw it above you to defend yourself while recovering. In order to catch the egg bomb like this, you need to jump and down B and Z catch it while holding your left stick behind you, so towards the egg. Make sure you practice this or it'll become a lot harder to get back on stage, but once you get it consistently, you'll have a much easier time recovering because you'll have this cool egg to cover you on the way back. It's cool. Thanks a lot to this video by Gabagoo, Sopranos reference, I think, on YouTube. Go check it out if you want to know more cool banjo tech. I'll leave all the links in the description. You know how it is. Comment if you think this username is a Sopranos reference.
You could have killed those girls.
Now that would have been interesting.
What? What did you just say?
Now that would have been interesting.
Are you trying to get me to lose my temper because
Now
I'm
that would
about...
have been interesting.
Lucas' up B can get really weird, and I love it. Gracing stage ledges is something I found in this great video by Muffin from Mars, who did an awesome job adding a bunch of fun Lucas PK Thunder tech, so go check him out. But yeah, here's what you do. So if you use PK Thunder almost parallel to a stage's walls, in this example I'm using Kalos because it's easier, but you can do it anywhere, Lucas flies up like this. And if you hold down, you can skip the ledge and he will keep flying. I know this doesn't sound like a tech right now, I know it just sounds like you're just recovering and holding down, but hear me out. There's a bunch of stuff you can do here, and there's a bunch of reasons why this serves as a fun ledge mix-up. So first, on stages with platforms, this is a fun, greedy way to skip the ledge trapping stage. Executing it like this gives Lucas a little more height if you reach the ledge near the end of the move, and you can land on a platform sometimes, even the ones on Battlefield. The extra height you get is another tech called the rocket boosting, but back to this other one, you can also do this with a hitbox and it'll stay active for a little bit. If your opponent has made the mistake of being super close to the ledge, maybe if they're trying to get a ledge jump and they're weird or they're trying to two-frame you with something, you can hold down like you usually would while doing the earlier part of this deck, but release your left stick early and you'll snap to ledge, but you'll have a hitbox here that will help you nudge your opponents away and give you some room to get back on stage. Angling it wrong can cost you your stock, so you know, just be careful. But once you get it, you'll have a lot more fun getting back to the stage. Thanks a lot to Muffin from Mars, awesome video, go sub to them. I really need to sneeze, hold on. Puff's deck is hilarious, I love it. Option select, parry, rest has a bunch of technical stuff to it, and it has a scary name if you aren't a very technical player. But I'll leave a link to this great video by Captain L explaining why exactly this works. But basically, if you do this input as Puff, you can parry things and get a rest. But if you miss the parry, then you get a jump. All of this with the same input, which means the game chooses what the best option is for you, and it just gives you the best option. It gives you a rest on parry, but the risk of missing the parry and getting your rest out of shield punished isn't there, because if you miss the timing, then you just get a jump. So when you drop shield, you have a 5-frame window to parry someone landing on you with an attack. If during the parry, you input your down B and jump, with good timing, you'll get a rest if you get the parry, and you'll get a jump if you shield, but don't get the parry. If you drop shield early, then you get hit. That sucks, unless you just land the rest anyway somehow. It happens sometimes. Option select parrying things into specials is the thing anyone can do. I'm actually gonna lab out option select Lucina side B after this video goes up, but for Puff, it's especially threatening because it's rest, right? It's a way to land one of the most dangerous moves in the game in a much less riskier way. Just make sure you use it on opponents that are bad at spacing or have bad range while landing on you. Otherwise, you can end up getting your option select parry rest, but it won't hit because its hitbox is super small. But when it works really well. Cool. Thanks a lot to Kazooie the Pro for leaving this awesome suggestion in the comments from last episode. You're super cool. And again, Captain L, nice video. I thought I was going to struggle to understand what this even was, but no, it's kind of simple. Just make sure you get the timing down before doing it, or you might end up just jumping and resting out of shield, and you'll look dumb and you'll die. Bowser's pick is the Whirling Mine. It uses his up B, Whirling Fortress, and it's a fun way to edge guard low recoveries. Somehow this episode we've had a bunch of offstage techs that are more about recovering, except while Ridley's is a more defensive evasive thing and Lucas had a more offensive evasive thing, Bowser's is an edge guarding tech, not a recovery mix-up. Also, this was particularly interesting to me because when I looked this up, I saw this move cause a stage spike for the first time in my life. I had no idea it could do that. I thought it was hard-coded to never stage spike. Am I weird? So the Whirling Mine involves dropping down from ledge, double tapping up B and holding down while pressing B to keep Bowser in place. If you're like me and you don't play Bowser, I think you should go and try this in training mode before going and doing it on a game, because you need to find the right rhythm for how frequently you should be mashing B. But once you get it, it can block low recoveries, it can cause weird looking stage spikes that you'll need to follow up, because this is most likely not a strong enough stage spike to kill off a miss tech, but it's still a really fun thing to try. The drawbacks or weaknesses are about what you'd expect. You'll most likely be giving up stage control to do it. You'll need to be careful on people mixing up their recoveries on you or reversing the edge guard, but overall it's still a good edge guarding trick to do once in a while. It can do a ton of damage too if you trap someone in the vortex, like in this clip from Mika Bowser, who took Greninja here for a ride. Thanks a lot to the Bowser Discord for the suggestion. No video guide for it this time, but character Discords are always super nice. So go check them out if you want to hang out with some fun Bowser players. Gunner has an easy answer and a fun answer. The easy answer is the gun dash. Gunner has a really cool fair that sends her backwards and is annoying to deal with, but really fun to do. And it opens up really cool movement options. And the fun answer includes this move, but it's a lot cooler. So this tech, as far as I know, doesn't have a name. Elijahman sent it to me. Go subscribe to his channel. And it's this tweet from Waidu where he explores how Fair's recoil interacts with ledges and platforms. And apparently, if you execute this right, you can do a down tilt and it'll set up for a ledge cancel. And it's a really funky movement option. You can fake people out, make them think you're open for a punish, and then whip out a charge shot unless you're one of those filthy freaks that don't run charge shot. If you do it on a platform and they block it, your opponent won't be locked in their shield. So it's not really exactly a shield break setup unless they hold shield for some reason. And if they jump, you can call it out with a charge shot or play it safe and go for a fair after you fall, which will hit them during their jump squat. So that's fun. I think the setup might be a little too niche, but I think the most common way to get some cool movement from this is to do it at ledge and use it as a bait on stage. Yeah, go check out Waidu's tweet for more info, more setups, and probably some more applications for it, because I don't I don't know a lot about this character, sorry. Continuing the pattern of anti-edgeguard tech that we've covered a lot for some reason this episode, this tech, I'm not sure if it has a name, but someone called Showers submitted this to a Beefy Smash Dudes Smash review video from 2022, and it lets you attack after using up B to recover, which is like, what? Whoa. It's really cool. This setup doesn't require R to do it, but if you want an up air, which is the most common option, I mean, you think your no R up air is gonna kill under ledge. But still, if you just want the movement though, it can still be worth using as a recovery mix-up. But yeah, here's how you do it. So if you're recovering and you find yourself aligned with the ledge, you can use up B, angle it down, and then hold your left stick left or right depending on the direction of the stage, and it'll automatically end up forming some sort of like semicircle if you get the spacing right, and you'll end up getting a wall cling. And after this, you can buffer an up air. It's not very big, but it can still catch people that are too close to the ledge. And if you want something else, you can just wall jump in B reverse R sphere or whatever. You can do a bunch of cool stuff, a bunch of cool movement, but up air seems to be the most common choice because this move is insane with R and it will kill really early. Finally, for Link, I had a hard time because I love Link and I play him a lot, but there's also some really obvious tech. Like there's the T-Spike, there's bomb loops, which are too iconic for this video. That's all about obscure tech, and there's not much else I could find. But this is where I come in because I play Link a lot for fun, and something I like to do is throw bombs towards the ledge as I run off, and it can open up a bunch of silly ways to edgeguard, and the angles you can get from throwing the bomb under the ledge can vary from stage to stage. So it's a tech you Link players are gonna have to do a little homework for and study the angles, right? But the reason I like this tech isn't just because you can send the bomb at funny angles, it's also because of how it sets you up to edgeguard. It can turn you around and set you up for back air, which is great for edgeguarding because it's quick and sends your opponent straight away. If you do this and the bomb goes down, you can cover low recoveries with it and then high recoveries with a greedy up B. You can back air the bomb as it bounces from the ledge and play a little football, you know, Ronaldinho, soccer, you know, chinga su madre la América, la verga. And it's pretty cool, and you'll be able to cover a lot more options. Just make sure you practice the timing. And yeah, cool, that's one tech for everyone part 6. Again, sorry for the booger voice. It took a lot of effort for me to edit out all the coughing, but you know, it was worth it. And I wanted to get this video out before the new 2025 tier list comes out, which probably comes out like what, I don't know, February or March or something. I don't know, I'm not a nerd, so I don't remember. And yeah, cool, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you thought I was cool, if you want to see more of this pretty face. And I'll see you guys in the next one, bro fist. Also, yeah, these 11 characters are next, so if you have any cool ideas, cool suggestions, please let me know. You know, I said this at the start, but I read every comment, right? So give me a